Papa, my friend, Nadine Day, Candid, Jewel. Join me on my journey as I embrace the culture of Ghana while exploring the globe, candidly. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll always know when I upload. So today I have part of the KNK Squad.
Yay!
Okay. We are talking about life after Ghana. As you all know, she and her family went viral because of some things they said about Ghana in their video.
This shit is really fucking retarded, bro.
So we on our way to Lemon Beach Resort.
You mentioned we've been on this fucking road driving just like this probably about 45 minutes now. I ain't never had to do no shit like this to get to what the fuck you call a resort.
Morning, YouTube. I tried so hard to stay here in Africa.
After we see the corruption and the bribery or whatever the situation may be, or whatever we see around the Ghana that probably needs a little bit of uplifting or needs some type of help.
Thank you so much for coming. I actually met her at a friend's 40th birthday party, and she asked me where I was from based on my accent, which I have a like I told you, I have a accent type thing going on. So she's from DC, okay? Home of the go-go music, okay? Chocolate City. You went viral because of that video, and a lot of things that you said people didn't agree with, or they were bashing you because they felt like you were misrepresenting the country, right?
I've been talking about moving to Africa for a long time. I think it's the time. And I said, then with the COVID happening, they might shut down the airport. You know, they might shut us down and lock us in here, and we can't go nowhere. So it's best to go now. And I know that everybody said you should visit first. I think that's my biggest mistake, not visiting first. But I didn't have time to visit.
Yeah.
I had to go. Once you're used to it and you know the system, it's fine.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that. See, see, she went viral for their bad things, but guess what? It's good things. It's really, I really think that you should have came first.
Yes.
I really do.
That's
and
the mistake I made.
Even with me, I came twice before I moved here, but I came as a tourist. Like I didn't even come to think about moving here. I literally decided to pick Ghana because of the cost of living.
Okay.
That's it. I wasn't even with my channel. I want people to paint a different picture of Africa as a whole. I live here. You know, if you want to come, but that's not what my channel's about. It's not about, hey, come to Ghana. I want you, it's roses, because it's definitely hard.
Yeah.
It's definitely hard.
I went to a psychic. My thing was to go to her and ask her, what do she think about me going to Africa? She told me it's something in real estate. Maybe your man is going to be doing real estate. So I was like, okay, cool. So then she was like, it's a good look. Go do it. It's good for you. You're going to be happy. It's everything you ever wanted. So when I get here and all this bad stuff happened, I'm like, oh, I'm going to kill that psychic when I get home because she lied to me.
But she wasn't specific to where in Africa.
No, she wasn't specific to where and when.
Okay.
She said she said it's going to take some time. Because I did ask her, I said, so how soon am I going to do this? She said, you're going to be working with teenagers. She told me that. And she said, but you're not going to get money from it. It's going to be something free. So all these things she's telling me, she's not clear to tell me exactly how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and the pattern is going to happen. So fast forward. After this trip, I was like, okay, this psychic lied to me. I need to go talk to her. So I never got to go talk to her. So if you remember when the viral video of Go Back to Africa and the lady called me. The lady called me, she has a tour company, and she said, I want to show you around and show you some places, show you where I live, and so you can get familiar with everything. And when she came with a guy, and he navigates everything. He does all the paperwork. He takes them everywhere they need to go because you always got to have a Ghanaian with you. So he's the Ghanaian. She's the American. So she was helping me out, but her Ghanaian friend does all the business for her. So when he came, I was telling him everything I needed and everything I wanted. I wanted to open up a business. I'm listening to the psychic. She said something about teenagers. I want to open up a non-profit organization for teenagers. Teen moms take charge about teen pregnancies. So I'm thinking that's what my go-to was. Never knew that I was going to adopt 3 teenagers. That came later, so I didn't know that. So then talking to him, he was like, okay, I'm going to help you out. So when opening up a business, you gotta have a Ghanaian's name on your business. So I was like, oh man, I don't trust nobody. So I'm gonna trust this dude to do my paperwork and give me my permit, my residency permit, and do all my business papers. So he did everything. He brought me back the money. He didn't cheat me. He was straight honest and straightforward with me. But when we first seen him, me and my daughter looked at each other, and I looked at him. I said, he ain't supposed to be here. That's like a foreigner. I don't think he's a Ghanaian. So she was like, I don't think so either. And then my ex, he was like, damn, that nigga's fine. He can steal my bitch. So I was like, oh, shoot. So I ain't the only one who sees it. So we just laughing and clowning around. So we spent 2 weeks with him. When we was going to the art center and they was showing us around, it was like he would just always carry everything for me. My husband was standing there and he would make sure that he negotiate everything. I wanted masks and I wanted certain stuff. He'll wrap it and he'll carry it for me. He wouldn't let me touch nothing. He would carry my bags, carry the phone, all that. So I was like, okay, this is a nice guy. He was married. So I was like, oh, I wish he wasn't. But I was like, I want to just let it go. So I went home. I ain't worried about him no more, you know. So I get home, and I remember having a conversation with him in the car about he should come visit us in the States. And so he was like, yeah, I'll do that one day. We just threw it out there. Just left it alone. And so he called the lady, and the lady called me and said he wants to talk to you about visiting. And I was like, okay, let him call me. So when he called me, we ended up talking, and he ended up proposing to me like 5 months later after talking to him. Yeah, so he was like, I want to marry you.
Okay,
I
hold on a
want to be
second.
with you.
Let's talk about timeline, okay?
Uh-huh.
So this is in October, right before you left.
Yep, he spent my birthday with me.
Okay.
October 29th. So I met him October 28th. The day before my birthday. Yep. That was definitely my birthday present. So he spent my birthday with me, and then when I left in November, he had ended up calling me and telling me that he wanted to visit. This was a while after I was back home, and then we started talking, and we started getting to know each other, and talk every day, all day long. And after that, and when we was talking to friends at first, and then one thing led to another, and he proposed to me, and I was like, okay, so what we're gonna do is you're gonna come to the States, because I'm never coming back to Ghana again. He said, well, I think that you should come out here and we should do a wedding here.
Okay. You spent your birthday with, what was his name again?
Marcus.
Where was your husband?
He was there.
So y'all spent it together?
Yes.
Okay. You said he spent the birthday with you, so I was thinking that you was like, my mom.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, okay, you savage. Okay.
No, he was there.
Okay. So how did that go with your husband? How did that conversation go? How did you let him know, like, I'm interested in this guy?
Well, I didn't let him know. Actually, he had tapped into my phone, and he found the messages about what me and Marcus was talking about, and he was like, so you getting married? And he had brought it up to me, and I was like, yeah. He was kind of upset, but at the same time, my ex-husband and I hadn't been together for a long time. Initially, when I came out here, we was friends, and we was talking about he go to Ghana with us, make sure we settled, and then he leave.
Okay.
So he wasn't supposed to stay with us, and I also explained to him during our talks that I don't see you in the equation. Like, I see Ghana, my ancestors are telling me to go there, but they're not telling me to go there with you. So I do want to go, just to make sure that everything on up and up and the kids are safe. I want you to go with us to make sure they're safe, and then you can, set us up, and then you can leave, because I'm not seeing you in the equation.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't see him the whole time. So when I had these visions of going to Ghana and dreams of going to Africa and living my best life, it wasn't with him. So everything was coming to me, but it wasn't clear.
Right.
Yeah, it was just
getting bits and pieces
of it, and I just got to put it together later.
Right.
So I didn't know what was it supposed to be, but I knew something in Ghana was supposed to make me happy. So when I wasn't happy, I was like, hold up, this is all confusion. My brain is cloudy, because this is not how it's supposed to be. And the kids was even making fun of me and was like, Dad, your ancestors are liars. They lied to you. They got you all the way out there spending money going to Africa. And so they would always tease me. I'm like, no, something ain't right about this picture. And with the psychic, and when she told me about real estate, I had met a guy when we was looking for houses, and he was a nice guy. So I'm thinking, well, maybe he's supposed to be the guy in real estate that I was supposed to be talking to. I didn't know, and they ended up not going nowhere. So I was like, okay. So when I met this guy, he does do real estate too.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, so everything is starting to come to me why I was supposed to come to Ghana. Yeah, and so my best life was supposed to be with my now husband.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, congratulations are in order.
Thank you.
You know, you have been married about 3 days now. Maybe
Has it been 3 days?
5. Was it Friday?
It was Friday.
It's I think about
Yeah.
5 days now.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Thank
So,
you.
how was this wedding in Africa different than your wedding in the States? Like,
Because it's the whole scenario is different because I don't have to do anything. My husband handles all the business. He handles everything. I don't have to talk. I don't have to do nothing. And he's younger than me. So I was looking at it like, hold up, you're 34 years old. Boy, sit down. You're telling me what to do. But I allow him to be a man and do it because I didn't have that before. I was always the one who made sure everything happened the right way. So when my husband said, okay, I'm going to plan this wedding, he planned it to the T. He got the place, he got the clothes, he knew what he was wearing. He even talked to his father's the pastor, so he talked to him about the tradition and everything's supposed to happen, how they supposed to get the drinks and all of that. And he was like, Dad, forget all the tradition. My wife don't want it. That's not what we're going to do. And so we were supposed to go to the court in the morning, and I'm not a morning person. He said, no, we ain't going to court in the morning, we're going in the afternoon.
Okay.
Like, he made sure everything is set just like I wanted. And I was like, okay, so what am I going to do when I get there? Do I got to pour the drinks and stuff? He said, no, just sit there and be pretty and don't do nothing.
Okay,
and that's
so
exactly what I did.
is that what attracted you to him in the beginning?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? He took charge?
Yeah, he took charge.
So would you say that Ghanaian men or African men do that opposed
Yes.
to U.S. men?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yes, they do. And I've been doing a lot of researching about this whole getting married to foreigners and people that's not of your culture, and I'm learning so much about it. What I'm noticing is that it's best that American men marry an African woman and vice versa. Or African men marry American women. It balances out like that because American men want women to be submissive to them. American women not going to be submissive because they handle it. They bosses. They do their own thing. They get money, and half of them make more money than the men. So it's hard for us to submit to this man and this man. And it's not that his money makes him. It's not that. It's not that. It's that because a man don't have as much money as a woman, he feels lower. Yeah, and so the woman don't want to submit to a man that's lower than her, that's not bossed up, that's not going to take charge. So the women here they will submit to these men, and they will submit because they not used to having a man like that anyway with that much power. So they're going to submit. But for us, going over here to find a man, it's totally different because now the man is catering to us, and that's what we always miss. We always miss the man taking charge and catering to us, making sure that he holds our purses. What American man you know is going to carry a woman's purse walking down the street? That was always considered gay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not putting no purse in my hand. You better carry your own purse. But here, that's normal.
Right.
And that's what we always look for. That's what we always want. A man that's going to cater to us. And when you come here and you date, you learn that chivalry isn't dead. You know, because we thought it was back then. You know, back at home, men aren't holding doors for you. They aren't making sure that they massage your feet or they make your bath with water or they even cook. Cooking even look feminine to an American man. But here, it's natural. It's normal. You know?
Yeah.
So,
for them to cook.
Yeah,
Right.
for them to cook. So women coming over here to marry is probably the best.
Okay. Well, so you have a series, and I thought it was serious. It was a radio station that it was Finding Love in Africa.
Yes.
So it's not a series.
No,
it was just your experience.
It was supposed to be a series. We were supposed to actually take women every Friday and talk about finding love in Africa, but at the time, me and my ex couldn't get along, so we ended up canceling the station.
Okay, so he was going to be included in
Yes.
it. Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yes.
Okay.
He was. So we had some controversy on the station the first night when we did it because they was talking about sex with an African man, and a girl came on and she was talking about how she married a guy from Senegal, and he didn't put his mouth on it because they didn't believe that you put your mouth where you pray from. You don't use your mouth, same mouth you
Okay, to give head.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So
okay.
a girl came on and was like, "That's a damn lie," because I have a Nigerian husband, Nigerian father. He does it all the time.
Yeah.
So it was a big argument about that. So I was kind of like on the edge about it, like, dang, should I date an African man? If he ain't gonna do that, because that's the best feature. So if he ain't gonna do that, I ain't gonna want it. But that's definitely not true.
Is your husband Muslim?
No.
Okay. So, but it was Senegal, so they're more Muslim there.
Yeah,
so it was
Muslims.
okay.
So maybe it was the religion, and not because they African.
Yeah. Because I think Jamaicans too. I don't think Jamaicans tend to be ones that give head as well.
Oh.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
But I've had a Jamaican give me head though. But yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's good though. I'm so happy that you found your love.
Oh, thank you.
You know, you found your happiness here in Ghana.
Yes.
So are we planning on moving back to Ghana to give it a second chance?
No. I was telling him that I think I can do this. I think I can get a little apartment. We just stay here and we call it like we do it like that. He was like, "Fuck no, I'm not staying."
Okay, so when y'all met initially for the first time in October, right?
Yes.
He proposed in February, and now we are in June, and you all are married now.
Yes.
You haven't seen him since October.
No.
Was a connection there? Like,
yes.
Was everything like picked up where y'all left off?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's
the
beautiful.
connection was still there, and it was like I had butterflies in my stomach talking to him, and I was just like, and he was so down to earth, like. He was even better talking to him than when I met him, because when I met him,
it was different though.
Yeah, because I was with my ex,
right?
And so it was more like he was more of help, like
right.
Somebody who could guide us. But when I talked to him, it was more personal. Mm-hmm. So we got to know each other on a personal level.
Right.
And,
but you were coming this time to get married to him.
Yeah, we was coming. I was coming here to get married to him.
Okay,
the
that's
wedding was
so
planned.
fast.
Yeah, it was fast. Yes, everything happened so fast.
So did you guys do it fast so that you would get him to the States? Or did you guys do it fast because it was just like the best timing? Like how did it happen so quickly? Because it hasn't been a year yet.
It hasn't been a year, and I just think we just vibe. So we just moved at our pace. Mm-hmm. Like it was good timing.
Yeah.
It was good for us. Why bullshit it? And then on top of that, I'm also into this whole COVID and what the government has planned for us and all that stuff. And I was like, look, it's gonna be a time where they're gonna tell us in order to fly, we gotta have a COVID test. And a COVID shot, and I'm not doing no COVID shot. So we either do it now or never, because I'm not gonna wait until next year and they tell me something in order to fly. Yeah. So I said, let's just go ahead and get over it.
Definitely time is sensitive.
Yeah, time is everything now. So I was like, let's just do it. And then, like, how long do we have? How long do we have to be on this earth? You just want to be happy while you're here. If you don't know, tomorrow's never promised.
That's true.
Yeah, so why wait?
That's
what
deep.
are we waiting for? People always have a time on everything. Right. Oh, I gotta wait a year before I get pregnant by him. Or I gotta wait a year before, 2 years before I marry him. Forget the timing. Just go with the flow. However you feel, just do it.
Okay, so then let me ask you this. So, like yourself, you found you a Ghanaian king, okay? Mm-hmm. I had me one too. Mm-hmm. So how do you... people always think that as soon as you date or marry a foreigner, they think that it's always for a green card or to come to the States, How were you able to determine that it was love and not, an opportunity?
Oh, okay, because that was in my mind. That was in my mind when I first started talking to him, because I always hear that. So I wanted to set him up. So what I ended up doing was I ended up calling my friend, and I told my friend, I said, I want you to marry this guy for me. Do me a favor, marry this guy for me, and get him over here, and then we're going to take it from there. If she gets him over here, then we start, if we continue to talk or whatever, then I know that it's serious or whatever.
Okay.
And so I told him, I said, I got this girl for you, she going to marry you. That's the first thing. That's before we even were supposed to get married. That's just when we was just talking.
Right.
So I said, I got this girl, she going to marry you and bring you over here for me.
Whose idea was that, though?
That was my idea.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Dang, you wanted him here bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yeah. So we're going to do that. And he was like, okay, cool. So I had set it all up so they could talk and they could do it. Mm-hmm. And then one day he called me. He was like, I really don't feel comfortable marrying your friend because I really want to marry you.
Wow.
And I was like, what? Marry me? No. He was like, yes. He said, and it's not for the green card, because I can get it if I marry her, but I really don't want to do that. I want you. So that's how we came about with the whole merch thing.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So, okay, so what's next for y'all? Now, you know, COVID is pushing everything back, you know, so
Yes.
what's the plan?
Yeah, so the next thing is I filled out the paperwork already. I'm just got to send it in, and we doing the spousal visa, and
Okay.
hopefully we can get him over there as soon as possible. But I've talked to so many people, and they like, man, it take a year and a half, 2 years to get him over there now.
Yeah.
So I don't bank on rules or
Yeah.
follow what people say.
Yeah.
I do what I do,
I
and,
know that's
it
right.
always works out. You
Okay.
know, it's the law of attraction. You make your destiny.
Mhm,
So I don't
sure.
believe it's gonna take long. It could be next week.
Amen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because even with coming here, I had some tasks. I sent in the visa application, my passport, and everything to the embassy in DC, so they can give me my visa. Because they said that when you get here, they having problems with giving you your
On arrival.
On arrival. I said, so let me make sure everything gonna be straight. I sent it. I never got it.
So you got the single entry when you came the first time.
The single entry on arrival.
When you came the first time.
When I came the first time.
Wow.
So I was going to do it this time. I said, but I can't take that chance.
Right.
So I sent it in, and it never came. So the day before, 2 days before my plane was supposed to leave, I catch a bus all the way to D.C. And I walked to the embassy, and I went up in there, and I said, I want my passport. Y'all going to have to
So
give
which
me
one
my
did you
visa.
get this time?
I got 3 months visa.
Multi-entry?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Uh-huh.
Multi-entry.
Multi-entry,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
And they gave it to me right then and there.
Good.
So they say you can't come in there without appointment. So it's always rules
Right.
to everything,
Right.
but I don't follow them. I
Yeah,
do what I
and that's
do.
good,
Yeah.
especially here. They
Yeah.
don't follow rules here either.
Yeah.
Okay, ain't no rules. If you got that money, ain't no rules, okay? But in the future, for anybody that asks, if you go to Houston, you can actually go in person
Oh,
and get it that same day.
okay.
I got mine within like 30 minutes.
I think Houston said they wasn't doing them no more
Okay.
when it was time for me to do it. Yeah, I think that's what happened. So it was just New York and DC at the
Okay,
time.
okay.
Mhm.
Once you're married,
Yeah.
you've done the paperwork. We're gonna
Uh-huh.
wait for that process to get Bay home, okay?
Yeah.
So how are your kids feeling about it? You know, are they excited?
Oh, they so happy, and they can see my glow. They can see that I'm happy, and they was like, "Mom, as long as you happy." My oldest son never met him, but the other four, they met him when they came the last time because he was with us. So they met him, they liked him, you know, they just happy for me. But my oldest son was real upset. He hit his wrist, he punched the wall, messed up his wrist.
Your oldest son?
Yeah, had to go to the hospital.
About this?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. But he's in the military, right?
In the military. He didn't take it very well. So everybody else pretty much was like, as long as you happy.
Yeah. Well, they also met him too, so they know him already.
Yeah.
You know.
And you're going to have some naysayers.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
for sure.
You know, because...
But so what's next for KNK Squad? You know, now that you guys are no longer together, you know, what's the plan?
I still love my fans.
Yeah.
I still love everybody. I still got love for the fans and the haters because I got a lot of those.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a lot of those. So I still want to keep KNK Squad alive. And I just didn't, this trip, I've been recording and showing stuff, but I haven't posted because I've been so busy dealing with the wedding and all that. I want the traditional. I didn't want the kente cloth and all that. I wanted my dress, how I dress.
Right.
Yeah, and I wanted certain foods and stuff like that. He made it all come alive.
That's
He
what's
did
up.
everything. I didn't have to do anything but be there. I just had to come. And that was the first time in my whole life that I had to just show up.
I know that's right.
First time in my whole life.
Watch, our next interview is gonna be because she decided to move back home. Okay, wait on it. Okay.
I would love to. I would love to be here because I don't think that I would love to be here because it's gone. I think I would love to be here because my husband is here.
That, or there might be another country in Africa that you know is more appealing. Maybe Gambia. You know what I mean?
I would like to go to other countries.
You know?
too. Tanzania,
Yeah.
I would like to visit other countries, but right now I'm just like, okay, let me get back on to my baby.
Yeah.
The KNK Squad thing, I want to go ahead and get the radio station up and running, but I got to get settled with my husband first, and then once I get settled with him, I'll get the KNK Squad, and I'll just run the channel myself. You know?
Yeah.
Be by myself. I mean, everybody, Kevin got fans too. It's ones that love him and ones that love me, but at the end of the day, we built this, so I got to keep it afloat. So that's what I'm gonna do. But when I get home, it's getting him settled to get a business up and running and getting himself together because that adjustment ain't gonna be easy. So I gotta focus on that for a while.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
Oh,
I really am. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
But I'm excited for the future for you.
Oh, thank
So
you.
excited about it. I know you'll be viral again soon. I'm sure. For
I'm
something
sure.
else. For something else, I'm sure.
Y'all can still reach me at kksquadrons@gmail.com if you have any questions on how to navigate through this and being in
Marriage,
Ghana,
okay.
marrying overseas and how different it is and family traditions and all
Yeah.
of that stuff. Because I learned a lot.
Yeah.
I learned a lot through this process, and I'm more open-minded now.
Good. Do you have any advice for me as far as like dating a Ghanaian man? I do alongside because it's definitely different. So like any pointers as far as like communication, culture differences, you know, anything?
I noticed for Ghanaian men, they not okay. We both from the same place, so we know how those guys are, and they will argue with us. Like we can be arguing for hours. Yeah, Ghanaian men don't like to argue, and they like to talk about the situation. They more talkers. Like let's find what's going on, find out what's going on. Let's figure it out. So I think they have more patience than we do. So we have to learn patience, and we have to learn to talk to them.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yelling at them and doing all of that. It's the stigma that they say American women talk loud. They always yelling. They always arguing. Let's break that cycle.
And that's
Let's
not
break
even
that.
with just Ghanaian men. Excuse me, dating with them. It's the country as a whole. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
have to be patient with the people of this country.
Yes, definitely,
We do.
especially in a relationship. Oh yes, and they have preferences that we might think is stupid. Like for instance, not to be graphic, but with my husband, every time he take a shit, he got to take a shower. And I'm like, we don't do that. We shit, wipe our ass, and we go. And you talk about stopping and taking a shower. And what if you outside in the street and you at the restaurant, you gotta go take a shit? You want me to go take a shower?
I have to pay attention to see if my boo does that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he does that. He might do that though.
I'm like, that's too much. So they got preferences that we might think is dumb.
Right, yeah.
Like, we're
Definitely
not
culture
doing that.
differences. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
at its best.
And you got to be open-minded.
Yes, definitely.
You have to be open-minded.
So it's a lot to learn, but the joy they bring to your life and how they treat you is worth it.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure.
It's definitely
I
worth
agree.
changing for.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
and
agree.
if you love somebody, you'll be willing to compromise. You'll be willing to change.
You definitely change it for the better too.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Get out of our ways, you know?
Yeah,
I can definitely see
that
that.
Western way.
Right? Okay. I feel
Yeah,
you.
so I think definitely having patience.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Well, again, thank you so much for being here. Friends, please remember to create your own path and say it loud. Candid and proud.